Good morning. Actually, it's not good morning. It is, I think it's like noon. It's 1. I wanted to share some updates on things. Let me put y'all down. One of my followers sent me a podcast about binge eating, and it's called the Brain Over Binge podcast. Go look it up because I listened to like the first 5 episodes and they're pretty short. They're like 20 minutes each, but I put it the speed on like 1.75 because they talk kind of slow. So I really recommend that podcast. I'm so grateful she sent it to me. It's just a really different approach to healing from binge eating. So if that's something you struggle with, highly recommend that podcast. I'll have it linked below. But from my biggest takeaway so far has been that the only thing I need to control are the urges, and that's the only thing I need to fix. Really, all I'm responding to is like my brain creates this urge to binge, and if I can just learn how to disable that urge and ignore the urge, that is the key to stop binge eating. It doesn't matter like what's going on emotionally or like anything. Obviously those things play a bigger part and make it the urges a little bit harder to ignore, but if I can just learn to ignore the urge, that's really the root of everything. So I put that into practice the other day. The other day I was driving home from Bible study and I had an urge to like get home and just eat a bunch of food. And I like recognized the urge and I was like, you know what? I can ignore this urge. It is meaningless junk in my head. It's just like my survival instinct telling me I should go home and eat a bunch of food. And so I ignored it. I had like 5 grapes and a little piece of chocolate and I was satisfied and then went to bed. So that definitely helped. I just feel so at peace. Like even though last night I may have like impulsively ate more than I should have, it was definitely like that binging urge and I didn't have as much control over it because it was late, I was tired, and I had 2 glasses of wine, so I just wasn't as in control to pass up that urge. So, but I don't feel guilty, so I just feel like really like God is healing me from this mentally. Maybe I didn't say no to those urges last night, but I'm not punishing myself for it. Now I want to go to the gym today. Now I want to eat healthy again today. So even though like it's just small steps, like I said no to my urges the day before, and last night I saw like what things I could change to set myself up for more success next time, but I'm not like mentally upset about it, which is really, really refreshing and nice. So you can probably tell by like my spirit right now, just that I'm feeling good, and you know, the downs don't have to feel so down. They can just feel like, oh, okay, I'm more aware now and I'm learning and next time will be better. Yeah, so I'm feeling really good. It is already Saturday, so we only have a few more days left of this week. Let me know what you guys want to see more of throughout these, like if you like the sitting down and talking, or if you prefer to see more what I'm eating or recipes or more workouts. I try to at least include like 1 or 2 workouts in every video, but I can try to film more. Feeling good. How are you guys doing? Are you guys still trying to get healthy? What's going on with you guys in your journey with food or health? Like, let's have a comment. Leave me a comment below and we can have a little discussion. I've been loving all your encouraging comments on these videos, so I really appreciate it, so thank you. Okay, while I have my morning coffee, oh, does anyone love this sound? I wanted to talk about a podcast that I listened to yesterday that was so good and so applicable to this fitness journey. And I will have it linked below. It's by Ed Milet. He is a Christian, which is awesome, but his podcast focus a lot on entrepreneurship and like growing as a person. And he had Chris Powell and Heidi Powell on, which I wasn't familiar with, but apparently they're very big in like the fitness community and used to do like these huge weight loss transformations where people would lose like 400 pounds. So they came on and talked about self-confidence and self-belief and how to build that in yourself. Because I think when it comes to fitness, really all you need is discipline, you know, and that is something I lack. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not good at saying no to myself, or I will say like, oh, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna save this much amount of money, or, you know, you can go shopping once you like make this amount of money or work out this many times. And I always break those promises to myself. I always go shopping early. I always like don't end up going to work out. So my reflecting on that, my discipline and self-belief and self-confidence is very low. And I think it's separate from like your confidence as a person of who you are, because I have that kind of confidence, but I don't have self-confidence in myself to stay disciplined. And this is something I've talked to my therapist about. I'm like, why can't I be disciplined? And this podcast literally gave me all the answers. It's because I keep breaking promises to myself for years, and therefore like I don't believe myself when I say I'm gonna do something. Ow, I just hit my tooth. So the way that this applies to fitness is the same. It's like you promise yourself you're going to start Monday. You promise yourself you're not going to eat this, this, and this. You promise yourself you're going to wake up early and go to the gym. Every time you don't keep that promise, your self-belief and self-confidence lowers, and like the more promises you break, the less discipline you have. So listen to that podcast. It's so good. They have a ton of other stuff in there because they're talking about these people who are 600 pounds losing this type of weight, and there's just so much good stuff in it. It's so funny because this all ties into my therapy that I just had, and we were talking about discipline and habits and forming habits and how I want to form more habits. See, I talked to my therapist about the most random stuff. I will have the therapy service I use linked below. I do have a referral link, so if you click it, I will get a commission from it. So just so you know, but I highly recommend it. It is Christian based. So anyways, moving on. I was talking to her about how I'm really bad at forming habits, which is so subjective because I have started forming a habit of going to the gym. Like I go to the gym about 5 days a week, and that's a habit. And I typically do the same workout, like 7-minute circuits. That's a habit. But anyways, that's besides the point. So we set 2 goals for this week. I'm going to make my bed every morning, which I haven't done yet. I'm going to leave at a certain time for work because I have a bad habit of being late. It's just like 2 minutes, but I always run late. I always procrastinate to leave to get me there on time. So this week it was like, those were the 2 small things that I need to, like these tiny promises I'm keeping to myself to build that habit and self-confidence. So now I'm going to set one for like fitness. Basically what it is, it's like if I say I'm going to work out today, I'm going to work out today. So right now I'm going to promise myself that I'm going to work out today. I'm going to do some kind of workout today. Now, it's very important that I've made this promise that I keep it, because once I keep it, it will build that self-confidence a little bit stronger and that discipline a little bit stronger. And I'm not going to go all out and be like, I'm going to work out every day and not eat anything unhealthy. Small baby steps. Go listen to the podcast, and if you don't have, I don't know, I think it's like an hour or 45 minutes, put the speed faster, and they'll just like, it'll be playing in like fast motion. Dude, now I'm just like, I should just do therapy unpacking sessions, because she said like, you just need to figure out what's the best way to make your bed. Is it like when you get up to go to the bathroom in the morning, you come back and immediately make it? Do you take off all the pillows and then fluff your sheet and then do your comforter and then put the pillows last? Do you like go have breakfast and like do a few things in the morning and then come back and make it? Like, you just have to figure out what's the best way for you to make it. And for me is, I like to do some activities in my bed. That sounds wrong. But I'll be like on my phone or computer in my bed in the morning. So my thing is like, once I leave my bed for the day, that's when I make it. So I'm about to leave my bed for the day, so let's make it. Okay, it is Tuesday night, and something that I'm practicing that I told you guys from the podcast is building my self-belief and self-confidence and integrity and discipline. So I didn't work out earlier today, but when I was at work, I decided that I was gonna do an ab video tonight when I got home. And I promised myself I was gonna do that video. I know that just by doing this 15-20 minute video will make me feel good. Maybe even not physically right now, but mentally, just keeping a promise to myself is going to be really healthy for me in the long run. And it was super interesting in the podcast when they help these people lose hundreds of pounds. They said that afterwards, a lot of them will gain like 100 pounds back. Some will gain all the weight back. And they check in with them and they realize that it all stems back to a broken promise to themselves. That one broken promise was the start of them gaining 100 to 200 pounds back. So it just like goes to show how important your word is and your integrity is, and keeping that with yourself, no matter what the cost. So I'm gonna put on an ab video. I will put the one I'm doing in the description box. This is the aftermath. Oh my gosh. That's better. Also, I have been binge watching The East Family on YouTube. It's Shawn Johnson, the Olympic gymnast, and her husband. I literally watched, 2 nights ago, I watched their dating series for I think 2 to 3 hours. I was watching those videos. Okay, probably 2 hours, but I cannot stop watching their videos. So if you haven't watched them yet, go watch. They are Christian and they are so cute and funny and just enjoyable. Good morning. It is Wednesday, the last day of this week. I always like touch my hair or go like this. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the gym with my sister. I would take you guys with, but I'm at 3% battery, so I'm not gonna be able to film. So I'm gonna charge my camera so when I get home we can do measurements and finish off this week. I feel like my arms look toned. Look at that chisel. Alright. This is what I look like. Okay, I'm not even gonna comment on what just happened. I'm just like, I just like don't even care about measurements right now. I'm gonna do some before and after pictures instead, because I just like, don't know if I'm measuring in the same spot, and it's just confusing. But I'm really just not attached to my measurements anymore, so maybe I'll do my measurements like every 2 weeks or something, but I'm just gonna start doing like pictures. So I'll insert some pictures now versus when I started. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this week. Please leave in the comment what you guys enjoy most during these vlogs. Like if you want to see more workouts, more talking portions, more food. Let me know what you guys want to see. But overall, I'm feeling really great this week. I do feel like progress is starting to come. I feel a little bit smaller everywhere. Just less, I just feel like I'm not holding on to as much like water, just like extra puffiness, you know?